Good morning, students. Here in this class, we are going to see the organizational behavior. See, the organizational behavior is one of the behavioral studies. It is one of the behavioral studies. The term organizational behavior can be defined as, in one word, we can say the behavior of the employees in an organization. The behavior of an employee or employees in an organization. So it can be defined as the systematic study and practical application of knowledge concerning the way in which individuals and groups of individuals act and behave within an organization. So we can see in an organization there are groups and also individuals. Both are working in an organization. If you work as an individual, we can do our work, and in many organizations we have a teamwork. We can see the teamwork, group work under a team leader or a group leader, isn't it? So we can see the behavior of the employees in an individual, as an individual and in teams in which they work. Their study also includes the interaction between the members of the organization and the external environment which are prevailing in the organization. It is about this the external environment which are prevailing in the organization. Further, the information is gathered from a study is helpful in achieving organizational effectiveness. Organizational behavior is a study is to improve the organizational effectiveness. In finer terms, organizational behavior studies the behavior of individuals, group, and organization as well. So, it is a study of individuals' behavior, group behavior, and organization. So, we can cover those three aspects in the organizational behavior. So what is the need and importance of organizational behavior? So it acts as a roadmap to the lives of members within the organization. We can see them, we can observe the behavior of the employees, and we can change the attitude of the employees by motivating and by encouraging them to work. What is the need for motivation? Motivation needs to improve production. Motivation is essential for the efficiency working, isn't it? So the employee must work with motivation, with cheerfulness in an organization without any discrepancies, without any anxiety, without any stress. Uh, for peacefully. For that we can study the behavior of the employee in and within an organization. So that study is very necessary for the organization and for the supervisory level employees. So it conducts a systematic research which is useful in understanding and predicting organizational life. In organizational behavior there are many theories. We can see the many theories which in which they conduct research among the behavior of the employees, and they have proved the behaviors, and they have suggested some right methods to motivate, to encourage, to change the behavior of the employees. It helps an individual to understand their behavior in a better way, and others as well, which improves interpersonal relationship between the staff. What does mean by interpersonal relationship? So the interpersonal relationship means the relationship between one employee and another employee. So we can see many problems in an organization which arises because of the fault, because of the collapse in interpersonal relationship between the staff working in the organization. So by studying or by researching in the organizational behavior, we can see the improvement in interpersonal relationship. By adopting the scientific method given in the organizational behavior, we can see the better interpersonal relationship developing between the staff. It helps the managers in perceiving and influencing the environment and organizational event. So the managers are the coordinators of the organization. So if they know the behavior only, they can able to coordinate, and they can go cope up with the employees very efficiently and effectively, and they can keep the environment very healthy moment. So That is another need. Organizational behavior analysis helps in problem prevention, not problem solving, preventing the problem before it arises. Preventing the problem before it arises, provides the basis of motivation to the managers to direct and supervises them effectively. This is the basic idea they provide for motivation to managers. We have many motivational theories in organization behavior by suggested by many management thinkers. Many management thinkers suggested many motivational theories to improve the interpersonal relationship and to maintain the cordial relationship among the supervisory and subordinate behavior. It is useful in maintaining cordial industrial relations. If we want our organization it will be a successful one, there should be cordial relationship between the employer and employee. There should be cordial relationship, there should be a smooth rapport between the trade union and the employees, trade union and the management. So the industrial relations must be healthy. So for that organizational behavior is very much needed. Principles of management when implemented effectively is helpful in motivating employees in retaining the talent, creating and improving and giving training to the employees is not essential, because not only creating the talent or improving their talent or giving the training, so we must retain the talented employees within an organization. So due to politics or due to interpersonal relationship collapse, many employees left the organization and go to another organization. So this can be avoided by retaining the talents within the organization. By this the organization can be developed very efficiently. So we can see the basic assumptions here. We can see the basic assumptions in the organizational behavior. The principles of organizational behavior are applied to all kinds of organization irrespective of its size, nature and structure, etc. So whatever may be the size of the organization, whatever may be the nature of the organization, so irrespective of them it can be applied to any organization. So we can see the individual differences here. It is a universally accepted fact that no individuals are alike. So does this behavior in a particular work situation, every person is different from another in their approach. So one person cannot be alike with the another person. So we can see different qualities in many persons. We can see different personality traits, different approach, different attitudes, different intelligence and different competencies, etc. So it is tough, it is a tough job for the manager to coordinate all the employees within a one roof. That is called organizing, isn't it? So it is a tough job for the manager to manage the employees behavior apart from the individual differences. So organizational behavior is very essential to write off the individual differences in a very effective way. It's a whole person. So when a person gets appointed in an organization, it is not just their skills which hired, rather than social background, likes and dislikes, habits and hobbies are also hired. So when a person gets appointed in an organization, their social background, their likes and dislikes are also can be seen. So it is also a caste behavior. It should be noted that behavior of an employee is caste, it is not influenced by any one person. So it is caste behavior, then it is affects the human dignity. This assumption states that individuals working in the organization are to be treated differently from the rest of the means of production. So the individuals must be treated in a different way. So it's a social system, it is a social system. Social system means mixing of various society people is a social system, isn't it? So they have a different they have come from different background, they have come from different family setup, they have come from different psychological needs, they have different social roles and status. So basically both formal and informal social system exist in the organization together. So then mutuality of interest, so there should be a mutual understanding, there should be mutual interest between one employee and another employee in an organization. So as employee sees organization as a means to earn money for their services and reach their goals, the organization also needs people to achieve the organizational goals. So the main aim of organization is to achieve the organizational goals effectively in a less time and smoothly, isn't it? So for that, organizational behavior is needed. Absence of mutual interest may cause many problems in future. So holistic concept, it is a holistic concept since it studies about the values, since it studies about the behavior and the whole person. It's a holistic concept which studies about the behavior. So it is a very need for the management. So we have seen the management functions here. So planning, staffing, organizing, coordinating, controlling, these are all the management functions, isn't it? So knowledge about organizational behaviors and the factors influencing it would be helpful to the management to attain the ultimate goals of the organization in an effective manner. So we can able to attain the management functions only by the result of the best organizational behavior. So thank you. So far we have seen the definition, basic assumptions, need and importance of the organizational behavior. I think this would be useful to you, ma. So we can see the rest of the things in the next class. Thank you.